Hey, good morning, everyone. As you already heard, my name is Jules Turrell. I've been with EdTech Austria since 2022, beginning of 2022. EdTech Austria was founded in 2020, December 2020, after a long study was made and financed by the country of Salzburg and the Chamber of Commerce in Salzburg, pointing out the need for more awareness and more focus on EdTech. I always think it's very important to know where the money comes from, because then you kind of also know what the driving forces are behind me. So we were founded by the Chamber of Commerce in Austria, the Chamber of Commerce in Salzburg, the country of Salzburg, and we are at home with the Innovation Salzburg, which is the innovation agency. Originally, we were founded for knowledge transfer and technology transfer from the universities into business. So it seemed that EdTech Austria would be a perfect fit there. Then also it was very important, and it's a bit strange, I don't know how many of you have been to Salzburg before? Okay, it is a couple. But how many of you have been to Vienna before? Okay, everybody feels, almost everybody. And the question I'm asked mainly is, why are we in Salzburg and not in Vienna? And it is, to parts, a bit difficult, because it is Austria, Vienna, and then the rest. And it was a strategic decision to not put us to Vienna. Sometimes I regret that a bit, because a lot is happening in Vienna, and that's a different universe. But on the other hand, in Salzburg, we have an extreme dense network of different universities, so we can draw from their expertise and work together with them. And we have a very dense network of companies in and around Salzburg. We're very close to southern Germany and to Bavaria, and actually from every part of Austria, you can almost reach us very easily. So I think the location is very, very important in this. EdTech Austria, in EdTech Austria, our main goal is to promote the topic and the implementation of EdTech, and we fulfill the whole spectrum. So we're not only there for teachers and schools, but we start with primary and early childhood. We go to formal education. We're in, apprenticeship training. I don't know if you know, we have a very strong apprenticeship scene in Austria, and of course lifelong learning and corporate learning. So we support those startups and the companies who do EdTech, and of course we help the educational institutions and the companies implementing EdTech. These are like our two goals, and we do that building connections and driving connections, connecting the dots. We had like our first 3-year period finish in December, and we're financed for the next 3 years, starting in January. And with that, we decided to function as a do and think tank. So what I mean with a do and a think tank is that our primary goal is, as you've heard before and from Yanni as well, our primary goal is to have a comprehensive network of all the stakeholders who are relevant for EdTech. And I guess all of you know, it feels like education is everywhere. And I often have it that's like, people are like, oh, this is your business, Jules, you have to do that. It's EdTech, this is education as well, and this is education as well. And sometimes I feel it's very hard to like have my boundaries sit. And but in this part of being this network, which we've done the past 3 years, one of our biggest assets is being a part of the European EdTech Alliance. We also were a funding member of the EdTech Alliance. And that is an incredible asset, not only for me personally, but also for EdTech to be a part and to take part of the discourse in Europe and just across and beyond the Austrian borders. We have a lot of similar problems, but then of course also we have the cultural differences, and that's where we also have to figure out what works for us perfectly. So as a part of building these connections and these dots, we actively promote the development, the implementation, and the evaluation of new EdTech solutions. And also, it's very important for us to, even though we're such a small country, have our own EdTech solutions, because they have to really fit our curriculum, they have to fit the culture, and all of these things. For example, in the DACH region, so Switzerland, Austria, and Germany, we have an extremely good market for tip toys. If you'd go across to France, they're like, what on earth are we going to do with tip toys? And for us, it's very important. That's the thing EdTechs do. And still in Austria, I only have like 3 EdTechs actively working in early childhood education. So there's still room to establish that. So far in the past 3 years, we've got a membership. We've been building this membership pool. You can see down here. In German, we'd say Logofriedhof. The ones who understand German know what that means. So those are all these members we've built and we've gained in the past 3 years, and you can see it's so many by now. We're starting to cluster them in order to service them properly, because on the one hand it's all EdTech, but on the other hand everybody has different needs, despite which market they go into, which stage they are. Exactly. So going from here, 160 members, we want to cluster them further, and we've already started having partnerships on other levels. We're partners with universities, we're partnered with the pedagogical universities, and we have partnerships with bigger companies. Exactly. So a lot about theory and what we're supposed to do and what we think we're doing. To give you some examples, the past 3 years, we've tried a lot. What we do is we try and we initiate. If you look at the first picture up here, the Salzburg Apprenticeship Hackathon, for the past 3 years as EdTech Austria, we've been helping to gain the connection between big companies like SPA or DM or the UMTC, which maybe you know, and we go into their apprenticeship training centers. And with the teachers of those apprenticeships, we got them to participate in the hackathon, and then together with the commerce of chambers in each region, so in each Bundesland, we had like these hackathons, and they learned so much, not about coding for me personally, it's about collaboration, it's about problem solving, it's about seeing the strengths in the teams and then working together and solving a problem. We've done that for the past 3 years. That's happening. Got an EdTech involved. The EdTech is doing it. For us, it's like kind of mission completed. We also had like the Austrian state has a grant, about 100,000 euros you can get. You can apply for it if you want to implement innovation. So this is pretty open, hey? So implementing innovative technology. So we applied for the grants, we got EdTechs to participate. The EdTechs were matched with schools, so we worked with the, I'm missing all of the English words of the Austrian political system, of the Bildungsdirektion, that's the Directory of Education in each little region. They helped us to get to the schools, they helped us to get to the teachers, and then we matched them. Or at least we tried to match them. As we know, everybody has to participate willingly and wanting to participate, because as I guess there are a couple of teachers here, when somebody comes from outside and tells you to use this or to do this, it's not 100% success quote, which is going to come out of that, I would say. So yeah, but then in the end we tried the grant, we went through all the process, and now 20 schools in Austria are using these roboter kids, working with them. And of course, since we're here at the Austrian EdTech Summit, to give you one last example. It's our EdTech, we're at the Hungarian EdTech Summit, sorry. We also have the Austrian EdTech Summit, you can see behind us. And for example, the top picture, middle left, is the ceremony for the Lern-App Gütesiegel qualification, which is also, I'm going to come to that later, I'm going to name that again, but that is like, we try and also bring together all the politicians, all the educators working at the EdTech Summit. Okay, now I did talk too long, I'm very sorry. I'm just going to throw 4 more words towards you, just to round this up and give you an idea of what the Austrian state is doing in helping education, or digital education. First is, it's really put a robust commitment in putting financial means, significant investments for like a digital competence pass, where teachers and pupils get a pass. It's like you get trained in digital competences and then you're qualified to do that. Secondly, we have digital literacy as a comprehensive subject, starting with age 10 to 11. Which we definitely need, as we need to prepare the kids for the digital future, which is coming if we want it or not. And then at last we have, this would rather be also one of our partners, it's e-education. It's a platform for teachers to figure out, to collaborate with each other, to work together with digital education, to know what to choose and to implement it in your classroom. And then as a 4th example, again, we have the Lern-App Gütesiegel qualification, which is also funded by the state. And yeah, to maybe just round it up, what's next? Next is a couple of dates which are important for our Austrian digital education system, as these are the get-togethers continuing in the next year, and also in May 2025 we will be having our next EdTech Summit. Thank you very much.
Thank you.